Welcome to Black Cat Drinks Coffee. Today, we are diving deep into the wild world of animal camouflage. This is nature's ultimate survival playbook. So, let me ask you something. Remember playing hide and seek as a kid? That absolute thrill of finding the perfect hiding spot? You're holding your breath, trying not to laugh as your friend walks right past you. Man, that was a great feeling, right? Well, for animals, it's pretty much the same game, with one tiny difference. For you, the stakes were maybe missing out on a cookie. For them, it's literally life or death. Hiding isn't a game. It's the only thing standing between them and becoming someone else's lunch. To solve this brutal high-stakes problem, nature came up with the ultimate survival hack, camouflage. And it's used by everyone, from the hunter to the hunted.
It pretty much all boils down to a playbook with 4 core strategies perfected over millions of years. You've got blending, patterning, disguise, and mimicry. So let's break them down.
First up, we've got the most classic move in the book, concealing coloration. We usually just call it blending in. The goal here is simple. Match your background so perfectly that you just disappear. And you see this everywhere, right? A snowy owl just becomes one with the Arctic tundra. A polar bear is basically a ghost on the ice. Heck, even the squirrel in your backyard, its brown fur is a perfect match for the tree trunk it's scrambling up. It's simple, but man, is it effective.
Okay, next we have disruptive coloration. This is where things get a little more big brain. Instead of just matching the color, animals use patterns, spots, stripes, the works, to break up their own outline. It makes their body shape almost impossible to recognize.
And this brings us to that classic question that trips everybody up. How on earth does a zebra, an animal that is literally black and white, hide in a field of green and brown grass? I mean, it seems like the worst camouflage imaginable. Well, here's the secret weapon. The zebra isn't hiding from you or me, it's hiding from a lion. And here is the kicker. Lions are colorblind. So the color of the stripes, it just doesn't matter nearly as much as the pattern itself. It's a brilliant 2-part trick. For that colorblind lion, those vertical stripes, they blend right in with the tall grass. But the real magic happens when they bunch up together in a herd. The stripes all merge into this one giant, confusing, wavy mess. It makes it totally impossible for the lion to pick out a single target. It's like a dazzling defensive illusion, and it's all powered by teamwork. All right, strategy number 3 is disguise. And this is next level stuff. We're not talking about blending in anymore. This is about pretending to be something else entirely. Think of it as nature's ultimate year-round Halloween costume. The animals that master this, they don't just match the color of their environment, they match the shape, the texture, everything. They don't just blend in with the background, they literally become the background. The walking stick bug is probably the most famous one. It's not a twig, it just looks exactly like one. And then you've got the orchid mantis, which looks like this beautiful, delicate flower, right up until it snatches a fly out of midair. Or the buff-tip moth, which is a dead ringer for a broken piece of a birch branch. It is absolutely mind-bending stuff. And our final core strategy is mimicry. This is the pure art of deception. The model here is simple. If you can't be dangerous, just look dangerous. It's all about tricking predators into thinking you're something you're not, something poisonous or venomous or just plain nasty to eat.
The animal kingdom is just full of these incredible impersonators. The elephant hawkmoth caterpillar can puff up its head to look just like a snake, fake eyes and everything. The owl butterfly has these giant spots on its wings that look like the eyes of an owl, which will startle any bird that gets too close. And then there's the harmless scarlet snake, which has evolved to look almost identical to the highly venomous coral snake. It's a clear warning to predators, don't even think about it.
So, there you have it. Blending, patterning, disguise, and mimicry. All incredible ways to hide and survive. But what if hiding isn't the only goal? What if everything we've talked about so far is only half the story? Yep, here's the plot twist. Camouflage isn't just for defense. It is a critical tool for offense too. Predators use the exact same techniques to get the drop on their prey. A leopard's spotted coat isn't just for hiding from danger, it's for hiding while it's stalking its next meal, blending into the dappled sunlight of the savannah. And that brings us to another huge twist, this one surrounding one of the most famous masters of camouflage out there. We all know chameleons can change color, but why do they really do it? So this is where we bust a huge myth. We all think chameleons change color to hide, but the truth is, well, it's way more fascinating. They do it to communicate.
A chameleon's skin is less like camouflage and more like a living, breathing social media status update. They change color to warn other animals of danger, to attract a mate, to show their mood, whether they're angry or calm, and even to regulate their own body temperature. It's this complex language written right on their skin. All right, so let's do a quick recap of our 4 killer strategies. We've got blending to match the background, like a polar bear. We have patterning to break up an outline, like a zebra. Disguise to become an object, like a stick bug. And mimicry to look dangerous, like the scarlet snake. By the way, if you're finding this stuff useful, do me a solid and hit that subscribe button so you don't miss our next deep dive.
So, when you really boil it all down, you realize that camouflage is so much more than just hiding. It's not about being unseen. It's about controlling what others see. It's about manipulating perception to survive, to hunt, and yeah, even to communicate.
Which kinda leads to a final thought for you. In this world of information overload and perception, what are you hiding in plain sight? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. I genuinely love to hear them.
Thanks for watching Black Cat Drinks Coffee. Hope you enjoyed it, and we'll see you in the next one.